Jeffrey's self-improvement has been very difficult. He finds a new self-improvement technique like NoFap or cold showers or meditation, and he's hyped. But before he knows it, he's back to being inconsistent. Jeffrey doesn't know that it's his mental health that is actually the problem. Adonis has been through some shit, and because of that experience, he knows the importance of training his mind just like he trains his body. You struggle with self-improvement because of your mental health. Your mental health determines your productivity. Your mental health determines your discipline. Your mental health determines your consistency. Your mental health literally determines everything. So please, could you explain to me why you haven't prioritized it yet? It's like the meta skill. If you give your mental health 1 hour of your day, the rest of your entire life will improve. Every goal that you have in your mind right now will get easier when your mental health is improved. If you're struggling with self-improvement, and you're having maybe 1 or 2 or 3 good days, and then just out of nowhere you take like a week off, you just stop exercising, you completely forget about meditation. If you're experiencing this type of pattern, if you're feeling far more negative than you are positive, and life feels difficult, all the random problems that come up, the random email that comes into your inbox and the letters and all this, if that's overwhelming you, your mental health is the limiting factor right now. I cannot believe more guys don't take this seriously. The guys who I've worked with who started with good mental health, they adopted the self-improvement, the good habits immediately, easily. Like it was literally easy for them. We set them the plan and they did it all. They barely missed any days. The guys who started with pretty bad mental health struggled. If you have symptoms of mild depression, you will struggle working hard, and that's just mild depression. I've found that mild depression is about average right now. A lot of the guys who come with major depression. They come with major anxiety. So I invite you now to take literally just about 2 minutes to test your mental health and see what scores you get. I've linked below a mental health test which I use for all of my clients. Just go to that link, take the test. It's by the UK's National Health Service, the NHS. Take it literally takes 2 minutes and just see what score you've got. If you have enough confidence, you can post your score in the comments below. And I know for a fact some of the guys I've helped would come in and they'll give you some pieces of advice as well. And so hopefully you've taken the test. Hopefully you paused the video, you've taken the test and you've got your results. If your results seem pretty high, if you scored more than 7 to 8 points on either of the scale, it's not exactly worrying, but it's definitely limiting your habits. It's going to make it more of a struggle. And why not have mental health as a whole pillar of self-improvement? Because you're working on your body, you're working on the business or your studies, you're meditating a little bit. Why not just think of mental health as a specific 1 hour of your day to level up? The weird thing is that you've never been taught this in school. They understood mental health. Kids kill themselves. Kids are very, very stressed, depressed and anxious, but they don't care. So you've never actually had such of a priority to train your mental health. So before I can even give you any advice, we have to destroy this limiting belief that many people have, which is that mental health isn't important. And I see this especially in the Red Pill, the guys who come over from the Red Pill to the channel, and I see it on the actual posts where guys are like, and I don't know if it's an ego or some shit, but yeah, life is hard, I've got depression, I don't care. Why the fuck would you want to live like that? These type of guys think that having like a positive mindset, having happiness is gay. Like they literally think that talking about your feelings is gay. They're still living in like the fucking early 2000s. If you want to suffer, be like them. The thing is that you are always going to suffer no matter what, but why not relieve the suffering that you can have? And if you are somewhat in this mindset, just ask yourself, have you truly improved this? Have you truly gave this the intention that it probably deserves? Have you really done that and experienced life with fantastic mental health? Because the thing is, unless you can remember a specific period where you were investing an hour or two into mental health every single day, which there's probably 0 people watching this video who've ever done that before. So don't let your ego say, oh yeah, but there was this one time I meditate. Shut up, bro. Did you meditate for at least half an hour every single day for at least like a month or so? Did you journal? Did you do all of the mental health practices? Because there is probably no one who could say that they've done as much as possible. And so you've never experienced how good life could be. You've never experienced how life could be with the positive mental health. You've always had like average, and average is quite poor. And that is not the ideal way to live. Struggling with self-improvement is that horrible stage, the stage 1 where I've mentioned before, where you're in like the self-improvement struggle, you're in the self-improvement depression where you know about it, you know how much you should be doing, you keep expecting yourself to meditate 5 to 7 days per week, and it's more like 2. if even that, and you keep missing days, you keep beating yourself up over it, you're making no significant progress, but the time's going anyway, the weight's going up. It's a very, very horrible place to be living. If you're a student and you're not being very productive, you're feeling pretty stressed out, then your mental health's going to be poor. If you're in business or career and you've got the same feeling of like overworked, you have the feeling of like just not enjoying your work anymore, of feeling a little bit scared and worried about tomorrow, craving the weekend, that's your mental health again. Our modern world has set us up to have such terrible mental health. It's not only risky for your safety and your health, because you can do some stupid shit when you've got mental health problems, but at least on this basic level, it reduces your work rate. Your mental health determines your productivity. Think about how important that sentence is that I keep saying. Your mental health determines your productivity. Productivity is your ability to get shit done. Imagine how important that skill is. If you could increase your productivity, every goal that you've got, you would be progressing to it more and more. So imagine if we say that increasing your mental health would increase your productivity, and that is absolutely a fact. A lot of people, they focus entirely on the symptom, and the symptom is lack of productivity. The symptom is spending too much time on bed or on TV or taking drugs. That's symptoms of the real world, of the external world, but those are literally just symptoms. They're caused by something inside of us. Happy, healthy people are not alcoholics. Happy, healthy people don't watch X hours of YouTube or Netflix. Depressed people do that. And I know that's so insulting that I've literally just said pretty much the entire world is depressed, but take a second right now. Is that not realistic? It took me a while to wrap my mind around this, of the importance of mental health. And I want to repeat something that I just said. All of the real life stuff, your lack of productivity, the fact that you keep leaving your work right till the end of the deadline, that's because of mental health. That's only just a symptom of the real world, and people try to just cure the symptom. And so, for example, people will search for productivity advice. They'll search for like discipline YouTube videos. They'll try to fix what's happening in the real world. They'll go to something like Alcoholics Anonymous, or some program for drug abuse, and all of that tries to fix it in the real world, but it's caused by the things inside of us, and the thing inside of us that determines these bad habits is mental health. You improve your mental health and you don't want to take drugs anymore because you're literally happy and healthy just doing nothing. You literally just feel like a curious child who enjoys real life. I don't need to take drugs right now because my mental health is good. But 1 year ago, why the fuck would I sit here like this? Why the fuck would I do that? I would be smoking weed because my mental health wasn't good enough. I'd be trying to get as much stimulation as possible because the real life was shit. I'm in a flow state right now. There's zero thoughts inside of my mind, which is really weird when you really focus on it, because I'm still talking, I'm still alive, I'm still, words are coming out. And I can hear the words in real life go to my ears, but I can't hear any words in my mind. I'm in a flow state right now. That's why I'm not high right now. But a year ago, it was not the case, because a year ago, there was deep negative thoughts in my mind. So why would I be recording a video like this? Why would I be productive? Why would I be working hard or anything? Do you know how hard those gym workouts are when you're filled with negative thoughts and you can't even feel the mind-muscle connection? Do you know how hard it is when you want to be starting a business and you actually need to use your brain cells and you can't even focus on anything because you're just deep thoughts about how you're a failure and how you hate your life? That is a very suboptimal way to live, and I see many, many people living like that with a sense of stubbornness where they just think, yeah, it's normal. And the thing is, yeah, you're right, it is normal, but why are you settling for being normal? All of the advice is here online for free for you to not be normal anymore. Normal is having mild depression, at least. Why would you settle for that? You struggle with self-improvement because of your mental health. That is probably the one main factor. That's probably the one thing that if you could just focus on one thing, the reason why you're struggling with self-improvement and you're struggling with all of the good habits is simply because of your mental health. I'm not going to repeat the techniques and stuff because I've literally mentioned how to improve your mental health, specifically if you've got depression or anxiety, depending on the test that you took, because you've got a depression score and an anxiety score. So you can find plenty of videos that I've made on either one of those about relieving depression or relieving anxiety. And when you do that, your self-improvement honestly gets easy. And I know that seems so insensitive to say that, oh, it gets easy. Self-improvement is easy. It genuinely is easy. It's only hard if you've got bad mental health. When you've got good mental health, when you take this test and you score very low, every new habit that you want to do, it's like you just do it. There's nothing that stops you. You don't jack off 3 times a day with depression. You don't cry yourself to sleep. That's because of your mental health. It's powerful stuff, and I hope that you're watching this. I just wish that you could see how much I speak about mental health on my channel, because I've experienced it myself, and I've experienced it when I coach guys, that the guys with good mental health, it's easy for them. They literally don't struggle whatsoever. And again, so sensitive, it takes a couple of weeks to improve your mental health. I know that the world's told you it doesn't. I know that your doctors told you that you need this medication and that it's going to take this 9-week, I don't know what the fuck they give you, right? I've spoken to many guys who have got therapists. I've spoken to many guys who have got doctors who are on medication, who are on antidepressants, a few weeks doing the good behaviors, and they don't need that stuff anymore. I understand now why it's such a tricky topic, because people are profiting. I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory. I'm not going to go that deep into it, but I'm just saying the mental health advice out there is fucking trash, honestly. And once you find the real stuff, the 20% of stuff that gives you 80% of the mental health benefits, and you do them, and you see results within a couple of weeks, it makes you so disgusted at the world. I won't leave you hanging. The 20% of stuff that gives you 80% of the results is mindfulness, meditation, gratitude, journaling, and exercise. And I know that's so basic, you're going to be pissed off. But I tried to meditate 2 years ago. I meditated for 6 minutes and it didn't change my life. Or gratitude journaling sounds gay, I'm not going to do that. Exercise, but I hit a workout 2 months ago. That's why. If you can say that you've done these 3 behaviors, meditation, journaling, and exercise, every single day, or almost every single day for the last 2 months, you wouldn't have mental health issues at all. But you can't, because no one who's got mental health issues does all 3 of these. That's what I found. Even though we like to have this arrogance, like, oh no, but I've tried everything. It's just genetic, Hamza. It's just genetics. I've got to live with it, Hamza, because my father's got depression too. What's your father do? Oh, he drinks a lot and he watches TV. He doesn't exercise or meditate or journal. Okay, so what do you do? Well, I write about it a lot online, and I watch a lot of YouTube. I don't do anything to improve it myself, because it's impossible to improve your mental health, and it's just something I've got to live. There we go. Mental health is a pillar of self-improvement. It's like a whole thing that you can make improvements on. So start with some education. Start with the Science of Wellbeing course. That one's fantastic. Think of it literally just as a new habit, a new 1 hour of your day that is specific towards learning and improving your mental health. If you want to see more videos from an unconventional small YouTuber, I suggest you scroll down right now and click on the subscribe and post notification button, and you'll get a message for my next videos, which are all for free. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.